Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. This is round 13 of the CDR F1 Championship. It's Tier 3. My name's CDR Hamster. I'll be joined by CDR No Fandangle, but he's just running slightly late, so you're stuck with me for the first few minutes. I hope that's alright. Really looking forward to this race actually. Tier 3 usually throws up some quite good racing. We've got 26 laps of it, 26 laps of hard racing, and 20 turns to get overtaking done. 2 DRS zones, and it's an ideal two-stop. So let's see what happens with weather. Let's see what happens in terms of where drivers are placed. There's going to be a few drivers wanting to get a good result after last race. Jampot ended up winning last race, I believe, which was an incredible result for him. Brings his total up to 2 race wins for this season, and that was his first one actually achieved on track. So just sat here waiting for cars to go out. This is going to be my first time doing comms leads, so I hope I entertain everyone with picking which drivers to view, and I hope I get all the right details up on screen, but I'm sure it'll run a little bit smoother once No Fandangle gets to us, so let's see how long it takes for me to bottle it. Pretty nervous, but we'll get there. Drivers will just be picking the setups. It's a pretty tricky track to get right, so setup's going to be key. There's only really one sector where you really want good suspension. The first sector and the third sector are more low downforce sectors, so you want a car that's quick in a straight line. So straight away we've got a Red Bull out. I'm just waiting to see which Red Bull that is. It's Unethical Toast. We'll ride on board with him while he's out on track. He seems to be the only car out on track so far. Yeah, I'm looking forward to commentating over it. Didn't have the best race myself on Friday. It was pretty shocking actually. So it's going to be good to see an actual race. I think we had maybe 5 safety cars, something like that. But when you're on a street circuit, it's just part of the game really. You just need to go steady. But people asked for a street circuit, so we delivered. And this is coming up to one of the hardest parts of the circuit, in my opinion, Castle section. We could see a big pile up come the race if people don't get it right, but we have brought in a one-off rule where people are allowed to reset to track purely in this section if they screw it up, just so it doesn't screw other people up as well. So we've got a few cars out on track at the minute, but just on outlaps. He's going to stick on board with Unethical Toast while he starts his lap, and maybe commentate over a few corners as well. With the nature of a track, I don't think you can actually predict it. It's actually tricky to predict it because people are actually better at street circuits when they're not as good on road circuits. But like I said, we've got a couple of drivers to watch. We're getting into the thick end at Championship now, like I said, round 13. So we've only got a few races left after this, and Championship's still wide open. I believe we've got Kane Lowry in first place on 142 points, which is great for him. I remember him coming to us, I think it was last season or maybe the season before. I believe it was last season, but he's leading Championship so far. Paranoid is going to be looking to make up some ground as well, and Mechanical still in the hunt. And they're the main 3 really that you're going to be wanting to watch. But like I said, Jampot's got form as well, so he could be coming out quite punchy today. It's all about who nails it really. You've got to nail it round a street track. You can't make mistakes. And this is one of the most difficult corners to actually nail. So it seems to have got that alright. He had a good line through it. You want to try and take a little bit of a wide line and cut in tight. And try and cut a little bit of curb over here. He's not quite done that, so we'll have a look through the fields. I'm expecting that obviously it's going to be fastest time. And we've got a car already spun also, so the ozone, it's going to be hard viewing for the ozone, and I've got a feeling there's quite a lot watching. We've got 17 guys watching at the minute, 16 comments, and I'm that nervous I don't actually want to read them until Dan gets here so I can cry to someone. But we're riding on board with CDR Ninja. Let's change to the TV camera. Traffic's going to be a big part around this track as well. You've got to really time it right to get your lap really, and slipstream could make a massive difference. I believe it's somewhere in the realms of maybe 6-7 tenths, which is it's massive. It's pretty much Monza levels, and maybe Saudi Arabia if we had that on the calendar, which we don't. I think that'd be a disaster. But anyway, moving on, we've got Ninja, who's been really punchy this season so far, but he's still yet to claim that first win, and the longer you leave it, the harder it gets. We've got Unethical Toe sets at 141.3. The pole time in Tier 1 was actually a 138.2 by Drofter, and the Tier 2 pole was a 139.1. And the overall lap record was set by Charles Leclerc in 2019. We've got a 143.009, so we'll be having to see if any of these drivers can get close. And I believe we might have a wild no Fandangle joining us. Hello, Dan.
Hello there. How are we?
Not too bad, not too bad. We're only, 2 minutes in. Just explaining that you were a little bit late, but you're here now, so I've got my commentating partner. Not a lot happened so far. We're having a couple of laps set, but we had also spun in the castle section and nearly collected Unethical Toast, which was a pretty close one. Caught it on stream anyway. Rather impressive.
Yeah. I'm just adjusting a couple of my settings there. I think my mic volume might be slightly loud.
It sounds alright to me, but I mean, I guess someone will tell us in comments if it's too loud.
Exactly.
But it sounds alright to me. Osso's gone out of Q1. Wonder what happened to him. You can hear the collective cringe of the ozone.
Yeah, they're not going to be happy with the OS flow there, I'm afraid. Dylan, first guy into the 39s. That's a pretty solid lap from Dylan, actually.
I'm pretty all over the place. I don't know who to ride on board with. Just been explaining it's my first time, so yeah, I'm picking it up, but I'm going to aim to deliver. Ride on board with Monkeys to Nuts, JWC Racing. Someone who's just joined us actually, so I believe this is maybe his second or third race with us.
Yeah.
And Kane Lowry, championship leader on his outlap. We'll ride on board with him. So he seems to have one hand on the championship so far. Like I said, I've got like 3 rounds left after this one, so all he's got to do really is just keep finishing in front of Paranoid and Colin, and he could have his first championship.
It's one of them, isn't it? This could make or break a championship with 3 races to go after this round, as Gainful Odds has, I think, lost it on the back. 2 left-handers on the back.
Already then we've got Osso and Gainful out. Kane Lowry hooked up the castle section pretty well, so he could be on for a good lap. Let's just get
I might get a view of Gainful's car, actually.
It's good to see, yeah, wow.
Yeah. I think he did mention the running no ABS and that. A lock up there coming into that braking zone flat out is going to put you into the wall there, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's a tricky track to run no ABS on. I mean, even people in Tier 1 are still running ABS on this track. So
yeah,
definitely. It's one of those things, isn't it? He's going to be gutted with himself, but it's a long race and there's going to be safety cars, there's going to be people crashing. You can make up a lot of places if you nail it.
Well, that's the thing. For me, this is just one of these tracks. Damn it, limitations. Box smart. Try and be clever and pick up the pieces as such.
Yeah, it's a one-off. We don't really have many street circuits, so you might do poorly on this track when you do really well on road tracks, or vice versa. It just all depends how confident you are when you've got walls close to you.
Yeah, it's one of these things. It's a fluid situation. Things can change as the race goes on. It's 40 minutes of racing. I found myself in P20 after 3 corners, potentially coming back to P5 towards the end. Had a bit of a clip with the wall, but it's just one of them. Safety cars, VSCs, it can just change on an ongoing lap by lap basis.
Yeah, and people's concentrations dipping, ebbing and flowing. Some people start off really well and just fade away. Other people start badly and seem to progress better. It's all about finding a rhythm, especially through this sector 3 that Kane Lowry's just driving through now, and he seems to have got that pretty nice actually. They seem pretty smooth through castle section, which is probably its scariest corner on any track on the Formula 1 calendar so far. Especially to race through it. I told everyone about the one-off rule that we've got where we're allowing a reset to track through the castle section if things go wrong.
Well, that's the thing. The last thing you want is the car sideways unghosted at the castle section. Just
piling into other cars.
Yeah. I'm just trying to look around the field. There's quite a large difference between first and 14th at the minute, but you would expect a lot of guys to improve. At Ken Lowry puts himself P8 with a 141.2. Obviously, winning the championship, he does not want to be going out early in quali. It's kind of one of these races as well. If you're on the first row or the second row, you just have that great advantage to get out in front early while the pack are battling hard behind.
Yeah, definitely. But Kane Lowry's going to want to start a little bit further up than that. It's a tricky track. It's a tricky track to overtake on because, on the straights, first 3-4 corners, the 90-degree corners, and you've got a fairly long DRS straight here. That's really the first ample overtaking opportunity. Turn 1's not really somewhere that you can squeeze through. It's quite risky based on how it closes up right at the end. But you need a car that's pretty well balanced. Suspension for sector 2.
Blue loses it at the castle section. Sorry for
No, it's all good. We keep missing these crashes. Sooner or later, we'll ride on board with one of them.
I was on board with Kane Lowry. That's Blue who saws Ferrari sideways at the castle section. So he's going to be out starting in P15 provisionally at the moment, but a couple of guys around him haven't set laps, so that's unfortunate for Blue. It's one of these things, you know yourself, when you're practicing or in TT, you can smash the castle. Not something you can really afford to risk, in my opinion, when it comes to an actual lobby,
No, definitely not. No, I agree with that. Your car's heavier, and you need to really cut that curb, and if you've got a heavier car, it's going to be a lot trickier.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's an interesting...
Fourth place.
Sorry for cutting across you there, Josh.
Alright.
It's an interesting one for me to see throughout the field how many people are going for the straight line speed as opposed to the higher downforce that you'll need in parts of sector 1, particularly sector 2. It's a trade-off, and I think if someone can get that nailed on, they're in with a huge advantage.
It's definitely a compromise. I think you've got to try and... You can't have your cake and eat it, but you've got to try and find best of both worlds. Which is a lot easier said than done around this track in particular.
I think that's what I done in the finish. It's just so much easier. I was speaking to a few of the guys, especially the Ferrari team. It's not a track that I wanted to have to struggle with. It's a track that I wanted to just have a planted setup that I felt I could drive,
Yeah, I will say that the F2 cars feel a lot better around here than the F1 cars. They feel a lot more agile in a weird way, which shouldn't be the case, but they actually do. We're watching CDR Elite Hound coming onto back straight now. He's on a 143.5, so he's going to have to improve to get out of Q1.
And he's up 2 tenths already, so
he's up 2
certainly improving so far. Yeah, as he crosses the line.
Yeah. Just waiting for this yellow flag to go so we can... 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in session, so he's got time to get back in and put a new set of softs on. It's just all about can he nail it when pressure's on. Not really come together for him this season, has it?
No, but do you know what? It's as we've lost Saki as he returned to pits, I think he has. It's one of them seasons where we're seeing guys, perform well who we weren't maybe expecting to be performing as well as they are. A couple of guys running into week after week of bad luck. It's just the way it goes. I still think people are forcing this game a small bit. We all know it's a tough game, but the less forcing, less is more for this game, I feel.
I think this is the second season we've done on this game, or it's the first one, isn't it? I think the first season a lot of people were still trying to hit the ground running, but I honestly can't remember is this the first season we've done on it, because it'd be a long bloody season if it is.
Could you possibly throw on the track map, Josh?
Yep, no problem. Sorry about that.
And if you hit the square button, then it'll take away that menu out of the way away, so it's a better view of the screen.
Still learning trade.
Absolutely.
See, I don't spectate anyway. I don't spectate really. If I'm out of the race, I ended up going away and collecting myself. So there's a lot to focus on. You get a lot of toys to play with. Actually, it's pretty cool. You feel like you're on TV.
One thing I want for the next game is that helicopter view should be an option for the comms guys. It'd be a game changer.
I remember back in the days of 2013, 2014, people were asking for TV cameras. In the replay, you used to have really arcade-style replay cameras, and it wasn't really immersive. So I think 2015 came out and we started to get some actual TV cameras. So yeah, Dimster's out as well. Just before the castle section, he's not out. He's got
Yeah.
moving, but yeah, that's not going to be good for him at this point in Q1.
He's
Yeah,
not out, but he is P13 currently. So he's going to be hoping that he could that time is enough for him. As you have Bark is actually on a lap, Nerf Pack is on an out lap, and Steve's in the pit, so I would expect him to come back out again pretty soon.
yeah, he's leaving it pretty close, but he's got time. P18, it's not really where you want to be starting, which I can say from experience. You just
Steve is
end up,
having a Stephen is having a good old whinge in the chats again that he can't do this. Head on, lad. Head on. Concentrate.
yeah, it's Q1. You don't want any negativity at this point.
Definitely not. Believe in yourself. I think that's believe in your abilities. It is what it is, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. If you believe in your abilities, you'll be surprised what you can achieve. But Batman do backed off his lap. 143
Yeah.
and 1, so he's not quite safe.
Is he out of fuel?
Um,
His fuel light is under
yeah,
red.
yeah. So I think he was just on his in lap. Got Dimster as
Yeah.
well, following close behind. So they should get out on time. Carl Trim on a lap, I believe. He might get a bit of slipstream as well, Carl. Coming through Castle section now, he's got Reggie in front of him, and as long as he don't close up too much to get dirty air, I think he could close up just enough to get a really tasty slipstream. Or has he backed off through there, or did he just get the Castle section wrong? Do you want to take a look at his comments and see what people are saying? I've just been watching number
Yeah,
tick up.
I'm just done with North Pack at the minute, who is coming into Sector 2, and he is up 3 tenths already in Sector 1. He needs to find about 6 tenths in this lap to try and get a position or two, so he's going to be trying to get out of Q1 here.
Round about halfway around the lap. He's got time
Yeah,
to do
and
it.
he's just coming into the castle section, and he has... Ooh, that was really, really close to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say, he has no traffic ahead of him, so it's all up to him.
It seemed like you were a little bit hesitant coming out of that section then on the throttle. I don't know what assist he's running, how confident he is, but definitely left a little bit on exit, but he clips that curb really nice.
Absolutely spot on, taking the exit curve as well, which is brave.
Yeah.
As
he
he's up
seems to have
2 tenths
fucked it up.
again.
This could be a lap. I'm quite surprised at the spread that we've got throughout the field. We've got Dylan on a 139.8, which is a pretty good lap actually. And then, below 6th place, we're into at 141, so we could see a pretty spread out race as long as we don't get too many safety cars. So it's...
Has North Pack done enough?
Ooh,
No, he hasn't, unfortunately.
5
He
tenths away.
improved. Yeah. That's unfortunate for North Pack, who I don't think is going to get another run at it. He doesn't have enough battery, even if he has enough fuel. Maybe not.
We could see it. I mean, you're regaining battery anyway when you brake and stuff, and there's some quite heavy braking zones here, so he might have just enough, but he's going to have to either way. He's got nothing to lose. It'll come down to fuel, I suppose.
Bark is on an out lap. I'm on board with Steve, who's going through the castle section on his final attempt to get out Q1, but I think he had a moment.
Yeah, he just went wide as well then, so luckily he didn't invalidate, but I don't think he's done enough. Sadly for Steve, he's backed off, yeah. He seems to have backed off. I got the telemetry up as well, so everyone can see, just what these guys are doing with brake and throttle, what gear they're in and stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
As he comes round, yeah, has he got wing damage maybe?
Yeah, not visually anyway, but this game has a way of working wonders with visuals.
I believe he might have been giving Reggie a tow, possibly.
Yeah,
Reggie's
quite
just
possibly,
behind
yeah,
him.
but Reggie is safe, I'd imagine. Does look like he's giving him a tow, to be fair.
Yeah, but Reggie did have the opportunity for a tow, but he seems to have ducked out of it, funnily enough.
Yeah.
So he stays P8, as I think we've just got JWC Racing, Monkeys to Nuts on a lap now on Nerf Pack. So we'll ride on board with Monkeys to Nuts, which is an incredible name, I might add, and a commentator's green. And we always seem to pick these guys up when we're coming through Castle section, which is a blessing because it's probably only part of the track that I actually know Namer.
So yeah, from Q1 we're going to lose Gainful Nassau, who crashed out. Elite Home, Steve, Bark and North Pack just not doing enough to try and get themselves out of Q1. Not for the want of trying, obviously, but Blue crashed out. I think Jackie retired in the pits because I can still see that orange circle. So, and I think Saki retired in the pits as well. So we'll only lose 4 drivers in Q2 here, I would think, unless Jackie crashed out. But I don't think he did.
Yeah, definitely. It's a shame for him, but it's a long race, like we say. It's been 26 laps, and it's a pretty long lap as well. So there's a lot that can happen. You honestly can't call it, which is why I'm probably not gonna until Q3. Probably not gonna make any predictions. But
I'm just not making any predictions at all. It's impossible. it's very difficult because even if you're off out in the lead, this is such a the likelihood of a safety car here is so strong. All of a sudden you're back to square one. Very, very difficult.
And it's all too easy to take a wing off by accident or just clip a wall and take your end plate off, and then it's pretty much curtains. You need to pit. As Monkeys to Nuts did actually have some wing damage by the looks of it coming back into pits then, so maybe that's why he aborted his lap. But he's safe anyway, P12, and no one's out to topple him, so he's through. Yeah, a pretty interesting Q1 actually. Not what I expected to see. I'll take a look through some of these comments. I'll get a stream up, take a look through comments. Thanks again to everyone who's joined us watching. We've got some pretty good figures right now on stream, and you love to see it. Better support on tier 3. It's like everyone loves tier 3. So I'll just take you through the standings at the minute. I've got Dylan on pole, provisional pole, Paranoid in P2, and Jampot in P3. And I'll just run through for the benefit of Chloe. There we go.
Always.
So Paranoid's doing what he needs to do because he's in a pretty strong position in championship so far, and he'd take a P2 at this stage definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's take a look through his comments.
Just looking at the Tier 3 Drivers' Championship, and Kane Lowry has an 8-point lead to Paranoid currently, who has a 4-point lead to Mechanical, who has a 3-point lead to Reggie, who has a 10-point lead to the Jampots. So, and even Teabag only 5 points behind. So the top 6 extremely tight. Given what anything can happen in this race, so that could quite dramatically change by the end of this race.
Oh yeah, definitely. Colin Mechanical says there was only 1,000th between himself and Unethical Toast, so that's a little bit too close for comfort.
Yeah.
Here we go, Q2. Let's see what people end up doing in terms of tyre strategy. Do you want to take them through strategy, Jan? Because I know that you were a lot more confident in strategy on Friday than I were. You know a bit more about it.
Yeah, for me, it's a difficult one. Obviously, the safety car issue can change your strategy, but assuming no strategy, it was a 2-stop for me all day long. I just found the hards were not a good tyre here. Obviously, if you could start on the mediums, you probably get more life out of your soft stint. But the flip side of that is if you're on the soft at the start, you've better pace for the first few laps. So for me, it's a 2-stopper, either a soft medium or a medium soft medium.
Yeah, definitely. It's one of them places where we could see just a massive variation in strategy, especially if we get a safety car at a certain point. People might just think, well, switch to ours and make it a 1-stop. I think a lot of people did back in Tier 1.
Ooh, it's that Dempster in the wall at turn 2.
Yeah, it is. But it looks like he got away with it. Let's use the TV camera, see if he's got any damage. No, he seems to be alright. His front wing's intact. And he's
look, as I said, you could jump on the hards if you have an early safety car. The hards will do 26 laps around here, but it's just
it's
an early safety car.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think from what I saw Friday night through both years, anyone that went on the hards struggled a bit.
Seeing if anyone's actually starting a lap, but looks
I think Ninja was the first one out. I think.
We've got Carl Trim coming down start finish straight to start a lap. We'll ride on board with him and see how he takes these first few corners. Like I said before, I think first 4 corners are about 90 degrees. He hooks up his braking there. Could have took a little bit more inside curb, but he keeps it nice and tidy. He's got traffic though. He's got Monkeys to Nuts in the way. That's going to have distracted him. That's not ideal, but this is what we're saying about traffic. It can really catch you out, and the exit of a pit lane on this track it's well, there's a few words I've got for it, but I don't think any of them are suitable for stream. So
Yeah,
less said
I
on that, the
agree with you
better.
there.
It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. That's a good word. Right on board
we
with
got
Jackie.
yeah, we got 5 guys. Oh, sorry, we got 3 guys out on track at the moment on the mediums. That's Reggie, Saki, and Dylan. We got Teabag and Mechanical sitting in the pits at the moment with the mediums selected. So
So Dylan's
it's
pretty
one of these ones
confident.
that it's a tough track, and I think what you'll find is guys who've set their laps on mediums bouncing onto the softs to try and get to try and get into Q3 as car just invalidates there through the castle section. Unfortunately, on the exit.
I agree. It's like who blinks first, isn't it?
Yeah,
You need to be confident in your pace, and I believe Dylan's confident in his pace to have gone straight out on mediums, and he seems to have really good turning. So I wonder what his downforce is and what his setup is, but he seems to have got a little bit of oversteer coming out of that corner then, which won't have helped him. But with the medium tyres, you can afford to do 2 flying laps on them, so you can do a warm up lap and then gun it. Oh,
in particular if you're doing a 2-stop.
He clatters the wall coming out of the castle section. That's going to blow his lap. Let's see if he's got any wing damage right on the TV cameras. It doesn't look like it.
41.5 for Mechanical on the mediums so far.
Oh,
Is that enough to get him in? Oh, as the jump out with a 40.5 on the softs.
So full second quicker. Wow.
Just trying to scramble down and see who's crossing the line.
So it's looking like for medium runners, the 141's pretty much the way to go on it. I do think we are going to have to, well, they're going to have to jump onto it softs, definitely. But Red Bull are looking quite good. Is Unethical Toast, is he reserving for Red Bull today, or is he full time?
He's reserving in the Red Bull today.
Yeah, he's delivering so far. We've got a Red Bull 1-2, which makes me very happy. But we've got to remain impartial, the commentators. So yeah, I couldn't really care less.
Pop the telemetry and track map, which is on. Yeah, they go off after every session.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
It's a bit silly. They should hold.
It's one of the many issues, but we'll not talk about that. Oh, Unethical Toast gets it wrong going into the castle section. Just takes too much out of that curb and just clatters into the walls. So we're seeing people come a cropper from these tight walls. It could be a very interesting race, and it's going to be a commentator's dream. Oh, I can't wait. But no start line shenanigans, please, guys. Oh, it scares me. It scares me watching cars go through this castle. Right, I'm bored with monkeys to nuts and see how he does. Car getting out of the way nicely there. You love to see it when a car jumps out of the way.
Yeah, but definitely.
I mean, we haven't really had that many incidents this season, have we? Across all 3 tiers, the car's getting in the way. I think people are just grasping it now, and it becomes like a habit.
Absolutely.
Something that catches me out is looking at the map. I always have to work out where I actually am on the map before I can see if there's any cars behind me. So you try and do that before you get out pit lane.
Saki is out. Where is he out? Is he out?
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
Looks like in the pits though.
Is that? Yeah,
he's out in the pits.
We're an Alpha Tower on track, but yeah,
it's back in the pits. Does he just want to start in the mediums?
Possibly.
Not thinking he has the pace. Not sure.
But if you're going to do that, I mean, surely getting to. In fact, no, yeah. Ignore me. My brain's still not firing on all cylinders. Dylan comes back into pits. We'll see what he does on his tyres, whether he switches to softs, but he's in P6, which it's actually where you want to be. Round about P6, P7 on mediums, and you should be safe.
Jackie's had a moment through the castle as well, I think. Although he has his wing, so I'm not quite sure, to be honest.
He has his wing, but he took a little bit out of that corner then, so he's definitely aborted the lap. He's on an invalidation.
He's on your low fuel, I'd say, is he? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Did he try and go for a second lap, perhaps?
Possibly. He might have done it. I mean, he might have invalidated and just decided against it, but he might have invalidated when we rode on board and watched him completely cut that corner out. It's more than
Just on board with Kane Lowry, who's just going up the first DRS straight there now, and he is going for the stops.
Alright, so that's the statement of intent. He's looking to get into Q3 and hopefully win race again. He's got everything to lose, so he'll be feeling pressure.
The thing for me with this track is, if you've decided that you want to start in the softs, I'm not wasting any time going around here on a set of mediums. You know, you can have an incident, or you know, you can lose a lot of time here if everything relies on one lap. So pick your strategy, take your tire, and go. As a lot of the guys know, are actually turning to softs.
Ooh, that was a close one. That was a very close one. Picked it up.
Yeah, he got away with it. He would have lost time, but he definitely got away with it.
He's cutting it very close. He's not leaving much margin against these walls. You'll find on street circuits, you're a lot quicker if you're just braver, if you're not afraid at walls.
Risk and reward, isn't it?
Definitely. It's just trying to strike that balance, which I think a lot of people struggle with. Like it's the first time we've had a street circuit on the calendar since Monaco, for good reason. But I think across all three tiers, so far people have took pretty well to it. We had a few safety cars, but we have a few safety cars anywhere, really.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we didn't have any major incidents worth talking about. It's people, unfortunately, as that is Kane Lowry into the 40s with a 40.8. But yeah, as I was saying, we had one or two incidents from racing incidents and whatnot, but the vast majority of the safety cars were caused here by guys just, you know, making that marginal mistake, ending up in a wall, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's too easy. It's too easy to do. I can't wait to get back onto road circuits again, back to normality.
Yeah, like, it's one of these, like, if you brake early, you brake early. If you brake late, you know, you're probably hitting the barrier more than likely.
And it takes a lot out. It takes a lot out of size as well, doesn't it? Sorry to cut across there. It's just
yeah.
Game Flods were saying in the Tier 3 chat that if you're running ABS off, you can brake at one point through the castle section, and then the next lap the braking point will be completely different, and you'll just lock up and go straight into it.
Well, yeah, I mean, the tyre wear here, particularly on the rears and the front right, is anything up to 10% a lap. So, like, by the time you get back around to that section, you've 10% more wear. So that is going to make a huge difference, no doubt.
But a smooth driving style also will make a difference. So when you've got tyre wear that's increasing at that rate, any little helps really.
Yeah.
But I can't tell just from looking who's the smoothest in Tier 3. I mean, I would say Kane Lowry's quite smooth based on his onboards that I've seen from him this season and last season. Steve's pretty smooth, but you know, there's being smooth, then there's also being smooth and quick, and I think he's just got to marry two up. But once he does that, he's going to be sorted.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what we've got on the lap. We'll ride on board with Carl Trim coming into the first
Dimster is out at the castle.
Ooh, not great for him, P13, and that's curtains for his qualifying session.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think it's the castle anyway. I'm just on board with Reggie, who is going to come onto that if his car is still there.
Yep, I believe that is the castle section. So
no, it's not. It's that right. It's the right-hander before the castle.
Right.
You hit the wall. That's the thing. That curve on the right-hand side there. As you see Reggie taking that. If you take it like that, you can gain a tenth. But if you get it slightly wrong and hit that curve, it will put you into the wall. So yeah. I probably would suspect that's what happened to Dipster there, unfortunately.
With how wide these cars are, I think that this section in particular, it's got no business being on an F1 calendar. It's a relic back from when cars were a lot thinner, but these drivers are making most of it anyway. Carl Trim nailed it. He seems to be on a pretty good lap. We've rode on board for pretty much the majority of it, so we'll finish it off coming through.
I'll be honest. It's not a track I particularly mind driving. To be completely honest with you, it's like there's tracks, there's road or racetrack tracks on the game that I find more difficult, certainly, and
Canada.
Each to their own.
Spa.
Yeah, Canada. Yeah.
But I think every track's got their own. It's got its own little bit that everyone's going to struggle with. Like Spa, it's Eau Rouge, and Canada, it's pretty much one big long struggle from start to finish. Same with Monaco.
Like the last time we were at Spa, it was probably my setup, but every time I went through Eau Rouge, I nearly binned it. I
But it
just felt
is,
the rear going.
it's one of the most satisfying laps to hook up, and you can feel it when you fucked it up.
Yeah,
It just flows. It's very smooth.
it's a very long lap, I suppose. In terms of racing, it's probably all the one, but in terms of quali, you make a mistake or two, and you kind of only get 2 runs at it.
Right on board with Reggie. This is getting weird every time. Every time I start to talk about someone, they're coming through Castle section, and he's not going flat out, so it looks like he's just backed off his lap. He's got enough time to maybe get back into pits, and no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. So he might just be on an outlap, a second outlap. We'll jump back on with him in a little bit. We'll ride on board with Mechanical. He's 1 minute moment. Oh, he sets a 140.8 to go P4, so he's doing everything he needs to do. Looking like Paranoid's got a good handle on it.
Do you want to throw on the tyre detail there, just so guys can see what tyres the guys have selected?
Yeah.
Obviously, we can see everybody's on the softs at the moment, so
Pretty much all
yeah,
softs, yeah.
yeah, everyone in the top 10 will be starting on the softs.
So at least it's all consistent. People aren't going to be splitting strategies. A safety car's going to blow this thing wide open though, because that's when people start to think. But we're coming into the final stages of Q2 now, and it's looking like we aren't going to get any more reshuffling.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised T-Bag didn't go for a second run.
Right on
Did
board
he
with
not
Ninja.
think that he had the pace, or did he think, I want to start in the mediums?
Yeah,
Hard
it's
to know.
definitely, when you're in P11, you've got that luxury. If you feel like you can't
Yeah.
go much quicker.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
But it's a shame for him. I think he'd have wanted to get through to Q3, ideally anyway. We'll ride on
Yeah,
board with Ninja
definitely.
and see how he does overlap. He's going to be wanting to make an improvement, but he's only got 2 cars behind him that could actually get in front, so he's going to be safe either way.
Yeah, I'm on with Monkey, who is coming up the first DRS straight. He's looking to improve. Otherwise he is going to be out in Q2.
This first sector's quite deceptive because on the face of it, they're quite easy corners, but all you've got to do is brake slightly late, and
Yeah.
it screws your lap up. It's pretty tricky to spot your braking points as well for a couple of those corners.
But you see, that's kind of coming back to what I was saying about going out and doing a lap on a set of mediums if you've no intention of starting on the mediums. It's just a waste of 6 minutes. When you only... Ooh! Monkey having a bit of an issue there through that right-hander before the castle, but he does take the castle very nicely indeed.
Yeah, he might not have lost too much time, but it did look like he'd... Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. Is he warming his tyres, maybe? To do another?
No, sure, this is it. This is the only chance he has left. He just got a bit of spin, but depending how the rest of it's going, as he hits the wall there, he doesn't want damage out of that. If he does, he's in big trouble.
Yeah, it's not ideal
Doesn't
for
look
him.
like it.
Pretty nifty in an F2 car, I must say. So I'm yet to see what he's like in an F1 car. Wow, Dylan shoots to the top of the timing screens on 139.8. Pretty incredible.
You know
lap
what?
time.
Dylan's one of these guys. He's due an upset. Well, not an upset. He's setting really quick quality times the last couple of weeks. So he's due a result. He's due a podium at least.
Yeah,
any day now.
He could get his first one if he keeps this pace up, and he can build a gap in the early stages at race. I mean, sky's the limit. Anything's possible around this track.
Monkey not doing enough there on that last lap. That bit of that slip before the castle and hitting the wall there before the left right towards the back straight probably cost him a bit of time there. So we are going to lose Saki, who didn't set a time, and we're not exactly sure what happened. Dimster crashing out, and Monkey and Teabag, unfortunately, we're losing them as well. Dylan just seems to have the pace here. 5/10 clear in Q1, 3/10 in Q2.
It'd be a feel-good story if he could take his first win at this stage in the season as well. I'm going to leave you in the very capable hands of No Fandangle. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stick on with Ninja for a second because I think that's who Josh is on with. Yeah, expecting a tight enough Q3 here. You know, top 3, 4 positions here are going to be key. You want to try and be as high up the grid as you can. Get out in front and extend your gap as such if possible. Yeah, again, it's one of these tracks that you don't want to smash your tires on your outlap because just looking at the way some of the guys are driving, you can start your fly lap here with 6 or 7% wear on your tires if you smash an outlap.
I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to get a quick drink. Pretty dehydrating stuff doing commentary.
Yeah, I was just saying there, Josh. I'm looking at a couple of the guys going around, and they're hammering their outlap. They're going to be starting. They're going to be starting their flyer with 7-8% wear on the rears.
Yeah, it's one of those techniques that experience teaches you, and it just creep round on your outlap.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Because you know, with 12 minutes, you're only going to get 2 runs anyway, more than likely, unless you can get out really, really late and get around quickly. But
See,
a lot of guys supporting them are sporting the Ukrainian colours again on their helmets. I see.
you love to see it. It's great to see it. We didn't do a minute's silence this week, but we do want to show support to Ukraine however we can. Pretty awful what's happening. I'm expecting Ninja to find a little bit of pace in Q3. He's stayed where he needs to stay, and now's the time that he can really unleash it. You really do want to start from pole from this place.
Yeah, as I said, you know, ideally the first row, if not the first couple of rows.
It's a short run. It's a short run down to turn 1, so you're not really under threat from cars overtaking you. But you are, if you're starting behind a car, you are at threat of crashing into them.
That's the thing, yeah, absolutely. I will be back here in 2 minutes, bud.
Yep, no problem. Left in the very capable hands of Hamster again. Getting a pretty good audience on stream. Pretty good. You could pretty much fill a room with it. So thanks for the support, the ongoing support. You love to see it, but it definitely adds a lot more pressure onto us commentators. So we'll ride on board with him just so he finishes his lap and see what time he sets. I'm expecting something at 1:39s, but it will just be a banker lap at this point, as Dylan's still not out of a pit lane, so he might be leaving it quite a long time. I'm not quite sure what track evolution's like around here, but around anywhere it'll play a part, as long as Ninja sets a 1:40.3 and Paranoid sets a 1:39.7, so pretty tasty lap time from him. At this stage, you need to start getting results, and Paranoid is within touching distance of his championship. If he pulled it off, it'd be one of the biggest steals this season. Kane Lowry with everything to lose as he sets a 1:41.1. Ferrari aren't doing too badly. Constructors' Championship, they're leading it, and Drofter actually took the championship last round, this round rather. So we've got a Ferrari Drivers' Champion, and it's looking like we're going to get a Ferrari Constructors' Champion as well. Well, Ferrari be the Constructors' Championship champion. Can't get my words out. I'm really sorry, guys. Dylan's still in the pits, so he's definitely leaving it a little bit later to get his banker in, but you don't want to leave it too late, because then you're putting yourself under pressure. Right on board with Reggie going through Castle section, gets it pretty well. A little bit upset through going over the curbs there, as he takes a lot out of that, but it doesn't seem to have invalidated, so he's got away with murder there. The car gets nicely out of the way again there. Let's see how he does on this curb here. Yeah, it's weird because you can cut that curb and find time, but you can also stay off that curb and find time. So I suppose it's all about how aggressive you're going to be on your lap. But Q3, this is where you let it all out before a race and see where you end up. As Dylan is now on an outlap So we'll ride on board with Reggie, and then we'll jump on with Dylan and see what he can achieve. But 1:39.7 the time to beat, and that's a pretty formidable lap time, as Reggie goes P3 with a 1:40.6. It's good to see Ninja up in the top 3. Like I said, he's just sort of kept his foot in the door, stayed in conversation, and now he can really let it out. We'll ride on board with Dylan going through Castle section, and he seems to have got it well there, but he did come off of the wall a little bit there, so let's see if he's got damage. He seems to be alright. Still charging his ERS up ready for lap, but he's going to be winding up now, getting ready. And he's got to really... He knows that he's quick enough to be P1, so there's going to be a lot more pressure on this lap. In a weird way, anyway. It's his to lose. Looked like he had a little bit of floor damage then, but he might be okay. With 3 drivers on laps at the minute: TTV, Dylan Gaming, Unethical Toast, and Carl Trim. I'll just get the lap data up so that we can see what they're doing. And we'll ride on board with him for full lap, maybe do a commentary. So coming into turn 1. It's a 90-degree corner, you're going down to about third gear maybe. Yeah, he takes third, clip back curb on the exit, did it pretty nicely, and you brake just about where the wall starts to disappear away from you. Straight into the RS zone. He seems to have got that pretty well actually, pretty nifty through there. And this is first real braking point on the track, the heavy one, 100 metre board. Nails it and just avoids that curb. Yeah, that was pretty smooth. You want to brake and shift down the gears slowly coming into that corner so that it keeps the car stable. And right here, you want to take a tight line in, going out wide. Yeah, he probably could have got away with going a little bit wider going into the second apex, but he's purple through sector 1 anyway. Let's see how he does on this castle section. Clips that curb nicely. It helps you rotate your car a little bit. You want to cut this curb completely, which he seems to have done nicely. Kept it out at barriers. Oh, he runs really close to invalidating going through that corner, but he just gets away with it. You saw the car squirreling around a little bit when he came out at corner, but just a few more corners to go and he's home free. See where he ends up. And again, oh, he could pick up a bit of slipstream here. And it's an Alfa Romeo driver, so this could be very useful if there's any team orders going on. Carl Trim, who I'm sure would love to help his teammate out to get pole position. And if he gets a good slipstream, which he doesn't seem to have got, I'm afraid, you know, that could have been pole right there. So he's going to be kicking himself. But it's incredibly difficult to orchestrate if you're not in a direct line of contact with your teammate. But coming across the line on 1:39.5, that's an impressive lap time, but he deserves that. He kept it tidy, kept it out of barriers, and he clipped everything perfectly.
That's the time I set in Q2 in Tier 1.
See, that just brings it home how impressive it is, because Dan's no slouch.
Yeah, apologies, I'm just trying to... I was listening to some of the stream there and I can hear a crackling. I'm not sure if it's my headset or my controller. I'm going to try and turn on my mic sensitivity.
Yeah, I think it might be probably my connection if I'm being honest, but as long as it's alright now. What comments have we been getting? I've not really been looking, but I've been seeing
one sec.
While everyone's pretty much in pits or just warming up for another lap.
Oh, I can't find that setting.
Paranoid. He's gonna want to improve by 2/10, and I think he's got it in him. He's definitely got the pace. It's just whether he can hook it up. Jump out on his out lap. Carrying the flag for Red Bull so far. He's the only race winner in Red Bull this season. We've had a couple of close calls, but he's a double race winner in his first season in CDR, which is impressive, and no one can question his pace. And he's going to be riding high as well, because he won last race as well.
Yeah, for sure. Dylan's going to be happy that that's a super lap again.
Yeah, definitely, and it can only improve. We'll see what he does.
We've seen with Dylan, he's susceptible to the odd mistake. Penalties, really, track limit penalties do seem to be a problem for him. So hopefully he can hook it up. He's due a good result. He deserves a good result, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely, but he's not going to be able to set another lap. He's left it too late to get back to the pits, so let's hope that this 139.5 is good enough. Ride on board with Paranoid on his outlap and see what he can do. You never get used to that section. And a lot of them seem to be cutting back curb. You know, the left-hander coming out at Castle section.
Yeah.
There's a few drivers that are very brave on that curb, cutting it out a lot more than a lot of the Tier 1 drivers are cutting it out. So it just shows you mindset that they've got at minute. At this stage, you've got nothing to lose. Just leave it all out on track.
Yeah, Kane Lowry is on an outlap, and I think he has enough time to get around again. Kane Lowry's not going to be happy down in P10. He's going to really. I just hope he doesn't push it too much.
I think there's still a little bit of a crackle on your microphone, but that might honestly be my connection. So I do apologise for that, guys. It's not ideal, but hopefully you can still make out what Dan's saying. I mean,
I was just listening back. It's fractional.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Kane Lowry's going to be feeling stress now. He knows where he is in Championship, and he knows what stage we're at, so he's going to be feeling pressure like never before. And he gets it all wrong going into turn 1, nearly invalidates. That was a close one.
Yeah.
But he's just got to keep it clean inside now. Keep the wheels from spinning, keep it out at walls, and just take everything perfectly and see where he ends up. I'd expect at least P5.
Yeah, if he can take 3 or 4 tenths off his time, it might be enough to get him up there, but it's pressure. It's a pressure lap for sure.
He seems to do well through that section, then. Ooh,
I think Paranoid is actually on is Paranoid on a flyer as well? I think he is.
Yeah, so
as his mechanical and unethical toast.
I keep scrolling around like a headless chicken. We'll ride on Paranoid and see if he can beat it. Because he's coming to end at lap now. This is what it's all come down to.
Oh man, Kane Lowry absolutely sending it into the castle section.
How did he do? Did he nail it?
Absolutely nailed it. Small bit of wheel spin through the left-hander after it, but I just try to watch his sector times. I missed sector 1 as he's coming to the end of sector 2. Just want to see if he's up or down or...
Paranoid.
He is down over half a second at the moment.
Paranoid is going to put him... mode.
Ooh, so that's the end of Paranoid. If Kane Lowry can hook up sector 3, he's looking at the first or second row. I feel maybe not the first row, but maybe the second row.
Let's see how he does down this straight. Picks up DRS nicely, pretty much instantaneous, and it's just a straight dashed at line.
Oh, that's a great lap from Kane Lowry, but only gaining 4 positions. He's not going to be happy with a P6, but it's not the worst place in the world to be on the 3rd row.
No, definitely not. I mean, we could see. I mean, in Tier 1 we saw guys that were running in bottom 10 end up picking up, you know, P4, P5. So a lot can happen in P6. It's not bad. So there we have it.
Just looking through some of the comments, a lot of chats about jam and toast coming together for a sandwich.
Yeah, the breakfast club.
Yeah, the breakfast burrito. So yeah, the Ozone are pretty quiet tonight. He did go out in Q1, bear in mind, but yeah. So that's Dylan topping all 3 quali sessions. The first one by 5 tenths, Q1 by 5 tenths, Q2 by 3 tenths.
That's incredible. That's
Q3 by 2 tenths.
Brilliant.
So he is a breed known as Nick, who we do know is pretty quick for race pace. So he's gonna want to get a good start, as is everyone. Like, so I'm just hoping we can have a first 3-4 turns nice and clean, spread the field out, and hopefully guys can just keep it between the lines. Then after that, that's all we can hope for.
Paranoid's going to have a point to prove. I think he probably thought he'd have got another chance at a second lap. It's a shame that we didn't see his full potential, but it's a long race and we're going to see a lot of position changes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've a sneaky feeling we're not going to see the amount of safety cars that we're predicting. I don't know why.
Tier 3, they do get into incidents, but it's not heavy incidents. It seems to be more like light knocks and brushes and stuff like that. But this is going to be a good one. If there's any race that you want to commentate on, it's one of these sorts of races, because you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? A safety car does throw a spanner in the works as well. As Clay says, let's commence the chaos.
Let's commence the chaos. Let's hope it's not chaos, controlled chaos at least. And I can put my notes down
Organised
finally
chaos.
because I've expended them all. So I think I went through every single note that I've put down within the first 5 minutes. Definitely not
Yeah,
going to listen to
I
this one
tend to
back.
just wing it,
Yeah,
as I said before.
bloody hell, David Croft Jr. on microphone. There we go, 30 seconds away.
Oh yes, I didn't get any weather update. I assume we're all dry. Looks
Yeah.
like anyway.
Low
Yeah.
probability of rain round here. It's
Yeah.
Azerbaijan.
You don't want rain around here. It's hard enough in the dry.
Well, Teabag seems to think that racing in rain is actually a lot easier around here. Which
Yeah, no.
you're going a lot slower, aren't you? You just got less grip, but you definitely don't want rain on a street circuit. It can be a nightmare. Here we
Yeah,
go.
definitely.
Getting ready for formation lap. There we go.
Yeah, if you want to get your telemetry back up
Yeah.
again.
Just waiting for predicted pit stop strategy to disappear, and so there we saw it. It's a 2-stop all the way, no matter what tyre you go on to.
Yeah, as I said, that's the predicted race stop strategy, but you can do a soft tire pit in lap 6 or 7, 5 maybe. But again, I don't think it's a choice someone will make on purpose.
Dylan's not hanging about. He's
No,
formation
he's
lap.
not. And I was just going to say, yeah, it's a tough. You're going to have roughly 10% wear anyway, so it's a tough formation lap trying to get temperature without adding another half lap's wear to him. It's
Yeah.
not a lap's wear.
But you see, he really does seem to be in a rush. I think he just wants to get this race start over with, so he's going to be
Does he
feeling
think
pressure.
it's the first lap? I wonder.
Yeah, he's got a
we
massive
did
lead.
have we did have a bizarre scenario. I think start of season 2. Can't remember where we were racing, but we had a lobby reset, and one driver didn't get the message and completed the whole race on his own.
We had one car bouncing one time on grid. That were incredible to watch. Like literally bouncing up and down in air. I think it was Charlie. So that were quite unnerving to start behind it, like, but coming round at the final couple of corners.
It's one of these as well. Starting at the back mightn't be the worst place in the world to be.
No,
I know it sounds
definitely
funny, but it might not be the worst place in the world.
And Gameful's already had experience racing round here because he actually reserved for us in Tier 1 on Friday, and he didn't do quite that as bad as he probably expected. Yeah, he could hold his own, so he's going to have a lot more experience than these guys. But it's all come down to this. We're lining up on grid now. Well,
Yeah,
Dylan's lining up on grid. I think rest of the guys are still halfway around track.
Yeah, like the thing to remember, and for anyone listening, like this race is not going to be won in lap 1.
No,
definitely so
not. Definitely not. You can lose it, but you can't win it. One can only imagine what Dylan's feeling on grid right now. Believes it's his
especially
it's his
as he'll be
pole,
waiting there for 30 seconds. Yeah, it is. I think it is. I think, yeah.
So there's a lot of emotions going around at the minute. He's going to have to just concentrate on getting a good getaway. Not a lot of space for a car to send one up inside, but Paranoid knows what he's doing.
Ooh, Ninja disconnected.
Oh dear.
And not an ideal time to rejoin either, but
No, definitely not. That could be curtains for his race. It's a shame for him. We're all getting lined up now, so we can't focus on that. We're going to have to focus on race that's in front of us, and it's going to be a long race. So.
Can you enable the lap data as well there, bud? Just before the lights go out.
There we go.
Sweet.
Right. Let's watch for lights. We've got 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away. Let's see what start Dylan seems to have got. Paranoid looks like he got a very good start, and he actually is going up inside. He's took the lead away from Dylan, so we've got a harsh lead in.
Oh, we've
Paranoid.
absolute carnage into turn 1. Oh no!
That is not
Absolute
good. Jack is out of
carnage.
the race. Let's see if we can go behind and see what's happening. Jackie's teammate nerve pack. That's not great. Virtual safety car. So that's sort of neutralised race so far.
My God.
Not great at all.
We did kind of ask for a small bit of calm, but obviously nobody listened. As
Yeah.
Kane Lowry is all the way down in 19th,
Did
so that's
anyone?
not good.
Did you see what actually triggered that off? Because all I saw is like cars spinning.
I'm not 100% sure. Ninja's car, it looks to be an AI. I'm not
Not
100%
great.
sure. I can't pinpoint what exactly happened there, to be honest with you.
It's something we're going to have to pick apart after the race, but we're under a safety car, so it's a full safety car already. Not even halfway around lap one. It's not ideal at all. We've got a Mercedes in wall. Is that Ninja? Yep, Ninja's out at race.
He has retired from the session. I think he's
Uh,
having connection issues,
Possibly,
if
very
I'm honest.
possibly. Not great for him. Not ideal. I mean, we were under a
Yeah.
safety car, so he could have stayed and just tried to reconnect and just seen where he ended up. But it's done now. Paranoid clatters
Oh,
wall.
Paranoid hitting the wall. Did he get damage out of that? He has. He's missing an end plate as well. Look what it
Oh,
is. Oh, as Dylan has no front wing. Reggie looks intact. Jampart looks intact. Colin is fine from what I can see. Teabag is fine. Saki is fine. Monkey is fine. I'll just try to search through, see what kind of damage we have.
so Paranoid's coming
Ooh,
into pits by it looks of stuff. Dylan's coming into pits
unethical,
as well. So, oh, is he leaving? Oh, you don't want to
unethical
be.
toast has no front wing.
Yeah, we don't want to see racing like that in pit lane. That were dangerous. But the big winners out of this mechanical in P1. We've got a lot of guys moving up and 4 cars in the pits. It would have been Reggie and Jampot that really gained from that, but they seem to have pitted as well for some reason. So mechanical leading race. Who could have predicted that?
The thing is, our guy's going to go on the hards now. Do you want to flick
Yeah,
the
just doing it
detail
now.
over to tires? Yeah,
Tyres. So Reggie's on the
uh,
hard tyres.
yeah. I think that's
To not the best
see how
call, I
it
don't
plays
think.
out.
I mean, yeah, it could be move that got him a race win or a podium, but at this stage you want to be on mediums
Oh,
really at best.
Kane Lowry getting caught with the stack now as Blue also had wing damage.
So carnage on this first lap. Lap 2 we're under safety car. Could be a long one this, so get your popcorn ready, make a cuppa. I'm imagining we'll still have another lap to go under safety car. But I don't know, since his last update the safety car just seems to do what it wants really. They all seem to be forming up nicely.
Yeah, so in terms of the championship, this is not good at all from Kane Lowry as Jackie leaves the session for some reason.
Well, he's out anyway, isn't he? So
Ah, okay.
yeah, not been having best final half of the season, Jackie. I think he might have gone out of the last race or maybe the F2 race. I'm not too sure, but not ideal. It's not what you want to go out on first lap. You want to have a good shot at whatever position you can get.
The thing is, right? If you have another safety car, it's a bold call, but them mediums with another safety car can go to the end.
Yeah, which is why hard tyres probably not the best shout right now.
Yeah, we'll see what at the restart, but I think Reggie will struggle on them. Saki up into the podium positions along with Teabag, but yeah, not the start we wanted, really, is it?
No, definitely not. But Colin's not going to complain, as Saki
No,
and Gameful are
no.
both up 11 places. Pretty impressive. So Saki had not the best qualifying, but I think he's pretty happy with where he is, and same with Seabag as well. Yeah, they can't complain, and Seabag's qualifying decision to whether he decided to start on mediums or what, it seems to have paid off pretty nicely for him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's essentially just going to extend the stop stint at the end, possibly, or one of his medium stints. Yeah, it's hard to call it because another safety car throw this strategy completely out the window.
Yeah, definitely.
From what I can see, you've Mechanical, Teabag, Saki, Dempster didn't pit, Gainful, North Pack, and also didn't pit. Everybody else pitted. So out of the 20 drivers, I think 7 drivers. So we 13 drivers with damage from the race start, which isn't good.
This race just got completely turned on its head. Unpredictable. And a lot can still happen. I'd imagine safety car will come in at the end of this lap. Surely.
Yeah, you'd imagine. Yeah, absolutely. The pack is all up together now as we head for the castle section in a few corners.
It's not shaping up nicely for Ferrari so far. We've got Ferrari P17 and P18, but I don't think we need extra points if I'm being honest.
As Chloe asks, is this Collins' first safety car restart? I'm not sure. I believe it is. I'm open to correction there. I just hope he realises that he can't go too early, because we could have carnage again here if he goes too early and the game limits your throttle input. So he's going to have to start backing that pack up pretty early, because it's a long run on that back straight. Leave the safety car, go off ahead of you as far as you can. There is no consequence. The game will not penalise anybody for backing the pack up.
And sometimes it can be beneficial as well. You know, you control when you go, so if you can back them up and bolt when someone's going through a corner, that's ideal. Safety car.
Safety car is going to stay out for one more, I'd say, is it?
Well, yeah, I think we're
so.
getting to end of sector 2 now, so we wait.
Oh, yeah,
see.
yeah.
But it looks like it might be. Still got a couple of corners left yet, so I'd imagine safety car in this lap. So Colin's still yet to get his first win, I believe. So he's going to be feeling a bit of pressure now as well, and he's on the soft tyres, so
he's backing him up nice and early as well too.
Yeah, we'll ride on board with him, or at least spectate him for the safety car restart. Get bird's eye view of it. Now T-Bag and Saka can afford to just play it calm.
He needs to back it up a little bit. The safety car isn't even in the pit lane yet.
I think he might just be okay.
Yeah, he's good to go now, I would think, whenever he wants. Yeah. So it's just, and he's gone. He looks to have got the jump on T-Bag.
So he's going to have to make use of these soft tyres while he's still got life in him. He's at a bit of a disadvantage because the rest of the guys are on mediums, and the other soft running guys, they're not really in the hunt right now.
Oh, Paranoid nearly come together with Dylan there into turn 1. I think everybody got through.
Oh, Jampot goes into the wall. He went wide, and he's surely lost his front wing there. Not ideal. Dylan goes straight through him. So he's going to be looking to get back past Paranoid. Not where you want to be. Mechanical seems to be pulling away a little bit, but T-Bag is sticking with him, and Saki is dropping back a little bit.
Oh, Dimster hit the wall, I think.
So Paranoid gets past, so Dimster is actually in between. Oh, Dylan's going for it. You're not going to get around there, buddy. Yeah, Dimster is in between Paranoid. Oh, make a little bit of contact. So I'm riding on board with Dimster right now. Is Paranoid going to try and go up inside? He is as well, and he's made it happen. Tricky overtake and a bit of a cagey way to do it, but he's back in position behind Paranoid. Going to follow him, try and remain close.
I'm going to be honest, if guys don't calm down here, we're going to have more safety laps, because they're making moves in pretty scary places, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's just keep it calm. It's a long race. You're not going to win it within the first couple of laps. But it looks like Mechanical's just looked into this lead, and he really shouldn't have been there. Should have been Paranoid and Dylan. See what Kane Lowry's doing.
Has no wing. He's lost his wing somewhere.
Not
possibly
ideal.
The castle.
So now we've got both Red Bulls back in the bottom 3, and they were running quite far up to start with. It's not great for them. The Ferraris
we have a yellow flag in sector 2, and that is Northpack, who is out.
Can we see another
that
safety car?
That could be another safety car. Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah, it's
apologies, Josh. I keep talking over you.
Carl Trim just made contact with Gameful. Gameful's lost a wing. Both Alpines are off at the first corner. That's not great at all. I'm waiting to see if Monkeys has got wing damage as well. So both Alpines,
safety car.
Both Alpines without a front wing. I don't know if they're coming together with each other, or whether Carl Trim collected him, or whether he got collected. But he seems to have got away without damage, so he's been big beneficiary from that little coming together. Not ideal when you've got two teammates crashing into each other. It's one rule that you don't break. But got another safety car, lap 5. I'm running out of people to race, but at least it gives both Red Bull drivers a chance to get back and repair the car. Same with both Alpine drivers as well.
As I said, and I don't want to keep harping on about it, but I just watching that restart, the first couple of corners, guys making moves, very ambitious moves, left, right, and centre. If it continues, we're not going to have a whole pile of racing. So, guys need to just calm down, settle in, let the field spread, and just get your head down and see where you finish.
Yeah, announcements have been made, and we've done everything we can do. Ultimately, it's up to these guys to race cleanly and race fairly.
As the Osflow is back into the chat, that is Matthias van der Lee with the Osflow. Where is Osflow? Osflow doesn't have the Osflow going at the moment. He is in P12. He's probably not doing too bad. Don't think he's been into the pits. Maybe he has, but
no, he's not been into the pits yet.
Obviously, he went out in Q1, so he's not. He'll be happy enough in P12 so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's well placed. We could see a few more coming together as yet. Both Alpines are going to have to pit anyway, so he's going to be up to P10.
I'm just trying to see is anyone in the pits. If this was me, I'd be dumping them stuffs.
Yeah. Dylan's in pits, or Sack is in pits, sorry, and Mechanical's in pits, so yeah, Mechanical, he is dumping softs.
Yeah, absolutely, that's a good call there.
Going on to mediums, so at this rate, the mediums will last.
Sacky going on the hards.
Oh, Mechanical just loses out to his teammate coming out at pit lane, which isn't great. Also, Bosso himself. But Mechanical's on 5-lap fresher mediums, so you'd imagine Osso's going to have to pit.
Nicky Mulroney, the Wizard of Oz.
Bosso's biggest fan, Nicky. Newest,
I don't know how that happened.
Ozone.
You'd imagine Nicky would be part of Clay's fan camp, but
yeah, but Clay ain't got any fans. He's not got a fan club.
Yeah, so, I don't either, to be fair, but I'm happy enough with it as it is. I am King Luckman's fan club.
It's literally in your name. No fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you said it.
Yeah,
I've got one fan, King Luckman himself. Sadly, couldn't join us today, but I'm sure I'll be back very soon. Mechanical's going to want to clear also pretty quickly. I think he can definitely sense a race with on cards, but at the minute it's in Seabag's hands, so that'd be a great result for him. And Reg is on the hards, so he's... Oh, it's interesting. There's a lot that could happen yet. I just want to get into a flow. I want the race to actually kick off and people to spread out a little bit so that we can start seeing some real racing.
Absolutely, yeah.
We saw it in Tier 1 and 2 though. I think Tier 1 we had 2 early safety cars or a VSC, but nothing like that.
Apparently Aidan Gray is my fan, so thanks in places. He only gets fans as a commentator.
Right, so you got to do more commentary.
Absolutely, the door's open. Full-time comms on Sundays. Claim on.
Well look, anyone who's my fan gets a free £10 note sent through post, regardless of nationality. That's all I'm saying. Safety car will stay out for another lap, but the field pretty much all formed up again now. Quite spread out, which is probably thought best. See, Dylan's using ERS for some reason behind safety car. I mean, I guess he was trying to gain on guy in front, possibly, which is Reggie, but he's back in the hot seat. Dylan. I think Paradise is going to give him a hard time.
Yeah, as I said, realistically, let's be honest. Turn 1 and turn 3, they're your overtaking places around this track.
Yeah.
Anything other than that, you're asking for trouble. Going too wide into turn 3, unless you get that move done. A lot of these corners, they will not take cars too wide. They will, but
only just, and it's not something you want to be doing online. You only just get away with it in single player. It's not ideal, and ideally you want to get a race, an overtake done on the back straight. It's the longest place, most ideal place. Just the DRS zones, really.
Yeah.
I think it does benefit from having 2 DRS zones, but we're just not.
Yeah, definitely.
We've not even had DRS yet, so we wait to see whether that actually makes a difference.
You'd imagine the safety car will come in this lap, so hopefully we can get this started and actually do a bit of racing, which would be good, I think.
Clay says that he is a Josh fan for a tenner, so yeah, give me an address, buddy, and I'll send you some at Fruit Post.
Look, if you want to buy fans and take them from me, Aidan Gray has just gone to the dark side.
It's not buying fans. I think it's more giving them an incentive to see the way.
An incentive. It's a financial incentive to be your fan. Well done, Josh. Good lad.
It's a perk. Yeah, safety car will be in this lap surely. We're all formed up again, and yeah, we'll find out very
We have
shortly.
Teabag doing a race start. Safety car restart, apologies.
And he knows what he's doing. He's seen it enough times on commentary. Safety car in, so we'll ride on board with Teabag. See how he does.
You know what? I think Reggie been on the hards here. If we can get through turn 1 clear, and Dylan and Paranoid, maybe Carl, if they can't get past Reggie straight away, it's going to play into Teabag's hands to try to get a bit of a gap by the time we hit the back straight.
Yeah, and the job that Reggie's got to stay in front, it's only going to get easier and easier as laps wear on. His tyres will last
definitely.
a lot longer. He's backed it up nicely, but Reggie is right up next to him, so he's going to have to go now. He's really going to have to punch it. And Reggie could have a pretty good run on him, actually. And he's leaving it a long time.
Oh, God, he is leaving it a long time. This isn't good.
Is he going to leave it all the way till first corner? No, he's gone. He's gone. And he's caught Reggie napping after all that. So, good job by Teabag. Maybe left it a little bit too long, but he's not complaining because he's remained in lead. Reggie runs wide and he goes, ooh!
Reggie!
Oh,
yeah.
Not ideal. Not ideal for Reggie. We'll ride on board with Dylan in P2. He's going to want to make progress. He's back in front of Paranoid, and that's just where he wants to be, I'd imagine. He's going to gain on Teabag while he's in slipstream. He's in DRS range. And Paranoid's just going to want to stick with him. So, yeah, I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like everyone's... no, yeah, Hounds are coming together.
Yeah.
Not ideal for Hounds.
I'm not sure. I can't find any. I can't see is it just mistakes or not. There's just so much going on. As Gainful has a bit of a moment, and I think it's unethical. No, the jam pot just hit the back of Gainful as well. Hopefully he doesn't have damage.
Just need to chill it out, lads. Just calm it down a little bit. You know, I don't want to see another safety car.
Blue leaves North Pack through. We got a yellow flag.
Ooh. Yeah, we've got Bartman Do spun off there, took his wing off. So Hound's actually made a place back up, but we're both going to have to pit. It's just all change everywhere. All change. See how Teabag's doing. Very close behind is Dylan and Paranoid, so they're within 5/10 of Reggie. Sorry, Teabag. Colin.
Yeah, I mean, Colin and Kane Lowry back up to P8. I mean, at the back, they're going to want to get past Reggie here fairly lively, I would think.
Yeah, definitely. And Reggie's going to be furious with himself.
Oh no, Steve is DNF'd. Himself and Baku are coming together on the back straight.
And Dylan gets past Teabag as well. Reggie's going to get past Paranoid, sorry. Going to get past Teabag. We've got double wave yellows for Steve right at the end of the lap. Is that going to be another safety car? Wouldn't be ideal, but no, it's not a safety car. We're back to green flag conditions and back to racing properly. Dylan's back in the hot seat, leading race, back where he wants to be. 6 lap old mediums. Now he can focus on pulling away, or hopefully pulling away from Paranoid, but he's no slouch and Paranoid will stick with him. Teabag still remaining with him. All you've got to do is keep pumping in clean laps, keep pumping him in, and you know, you'll see where you end up.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll see. Has Reggie got wing damage? No, it looked like he did when it flew past then, but he's going to want these hard tyres to fire up pretty soon. He seems to be dropping back a little bit from...
well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Mechanical is closing on him, as so is Kane Lowry. They're going to need to get past fairly quick if they have any aspirations of a podium here, I would think.
Yeah, you've got to make it happen. This is getting to a point. We've all had pit stops now, pretty much. We're all.
I wonder does Kane Lowry have wing damage? He's really struggling here.
Let's ride on board with him. Doesn't look like it. If he has, it's no. His wing's fine. Yeah, could he have floor damage or maybe a little bit of side pod damage? I'm not seeing exactly what his car went through, but he has been in wars a little bit. Let's have a look at Collins. See how Collins doing. He's in slipstream. You get a DRS train starts to form as well, so you don't want to get caught at the front of one of those. And right now, Dylan is at the front of one of those DRS trains.
Yeah, and to be fair, Dylan's holding his own. He's going to come under a bit of pressure with DRS, but you know, as Carl Trim making a move on Teabag into turn 1 around the outside, the Teabag on the inside defensive. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Ooh, Carl having another look into turn 2. Teabag seems to be struggling for grip.
Yeah, he's in 2 lap older mediums, So they're gonna be starting to wear a little bit now. 9 laps he's done on them, and he's got Osso
Yeah,
behind
but
who's done the same.
to be fair,
There's a wing.
Dylan and Paranoid had contact.
Yeah, we saw the wing on the stream. Didn't see the actual collision though.
Someone doesn't have a wing. I'm just trying to see who it is.
It's
I think
Dylan.
it's Dylan.
It's Dylan. That's a shame. That's a shame. Did you see?
I didn't see what happened, but once again, it's 2 cars going into a corner where 2 cars don't go.
So now Paranoid's on the hot seat. So
Dylan just hit the wall at the castle. I thought he was out, but he wasn't.
Sorry guys, but
he has.
I seem to be missing all this.
He has Carl behind him there now as well, and he's going to be really struggling on the back straight here with cars behind him.
He's going to get swamped.
So making the overtake as well. He hits the wall. Ooh, he just pulls across the front of Mechanical. That's going to hold Mechanical up. Who nearly breaks himself into the wall as well. Just getting away with that.
Yeah, Dylan. Yeah, wow. You should have lost the wheel by now, mate. God knows how you've managed to keep that out at wall.
As Kane Lowry is now going to be held up by Dylan through that S section. He just needs to hold back here because if Dylan hits a wall, he could get caught up in it as well.
Yeah, it's not ideal. You really do want to just jump out that way. You're not going to gain any places. You know, you're just going to ruin people's races. Not ideal. He's lost out big time to Paranoid. He could salvage it. You know, maybe.
Colin going on the inside into turn 1.
Yeah, got him on board now. Riding on board with him. Switched to TV camera.
Just swipes across the racing line there a bit. Yeah.
I think he could have left a little bit more margin, but the actual overtake itself seemed to be pretty clean and tidy.
I think Monkey Nuts and Gainesville had a bit of a moment there into turn 1 as well.
Quick
Monkey
shout out
Nuts will
to
break himself, I think.
Quick shout out to Osso Bosso running up in P4 to the great delight of every single Osso fan on earth. You can hear Nicky screaming. And we're on board with T-Bag following Carl Trim, who's somehow found his way up into P2, so he's going to be quite happy with himself. Another safety car now is going to blow it wide open.
I'd love to know what happened with Paranoid and Gainesville, or Paranoid and Dylan. It was into turn 3, but did he get the move done? Did he not get the move done? Like, for me, turn 1 is the only one you can go side by side. At turn 3, you're going to want the move done and you're going to want to be back on the racing line. Very, very, very difficult to get 2 cars through turn 3.
Yeah, because it tightens up, doesn't it, on quite a lot of corners, and it does it pretty quickly as well. Yeah, ideally you want to have move done before you're coming out at corner. Get it done up inside, maybe right outside if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Kane Lowry's gaining on Reggie quite a lot. Reggie's hard tyres don't seem to have fired up yet. And I believe we've got DRS active now. Possibly.
And that's the thing with the hards here, Josh. Like, there's a lot of very slow corners, so it will take an extra couple of laps to get him going, as Kane Lowry will make a move on Reggie here.
Yeah, he's got DRS winded on board. Yeah, pretty easy. So now I can
so not the end of the world from Kane Lowry, who finds himself back where he started.
No, he's having a pretty solid race, isn't he? After that little incident that he had at start, he's doing what he needs to do, but he's got his 2 main championship rivals in front of him.
So Mechanical is in a prime position here. He only has 5 lap or mediums. The question is, I think, to be honest, I think T-Bag also, they will need to pit again, and possibly Paranoid, Carl Trim, Blue. I think they might need to pit again. I think Mechanical is the only one that can go to the end here.
I think Mechanical will pit again, but relying on the safety car.
I'd imagine, like, they should pit again, because from the testing I did, the mediums start to fall off lap 10, and they're gone by lap 13, so...
No penalties yet, which, you know, it's to be expected round here. There's not many places you can pick one up, and we've only had 2 cars that haven't made a stop yet. That's T-Bag and Osso Bosso. So Mechanical and Kane Lowry will jump up a couple of positions. And pretty much I think everyone down to Gainful will jump up a position, maybe even Monkeys to Nuts will jump up as well. It's a shame for Dylan. It's a big shame for Dylan, because he had everything that he needed to get a race win, and I think maybe just a bit of hard racing's sort of screwed him a little bit.
Yeah,
we can't comment because we didn't see it.
Yeah, I'd expect that to be reported, so the stewards will have a look at that tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got a crack team of stewards, and every incident gets looked at. Got Mechanical in DRS and also Bosso. Is he going to make it hard for him, or is he going to let him pass?
He's a long ways back, but he's going to go for it. Asso leaves him past. That's absolutely brilliant team play from Asso.
Yeah, he didn't leave him a lot of space, so Colin.
He's on 12 lap old mediums compared to Colin's 6. That's a good call. Very good team play there.
Yeah, also up 13 places though, so he's having a pretty good race so far.
Colin now has teabag in his sights next.
And we're going after him. He's going to jump up to P2 anyway, because Teabag and Carl Trim, I believe, still need to. Sorry, no, Teabag needs to stop. So Colin's going to jump up into P3.
But he has 6 laps done. Can he do another 13?
I think he can. Yeah,
I think he can. It depends how many laps were done on the safety car. I presume a lot of them were.
Right, I'm on with him for a little bit and see how he does. He's just got to get bit between his teeth and grit his teeth, and he gets it a little bit wrong through Castle. I didn't quite see what happened, but
as Kane Lowry is all over the back of Mechanical now.
This is brilliant for Kane Lowry.
Yeah, Kane, I don't think Mechanical can use the ZRS here on the back straight. He just doesn't have enough. Kane Lowry have 80%. I think he's going to go for it here. He's going to go. He's going to have to go now. If he's going to go at all, he's going to have to go now.
Yeah, as long as he gets his corner pretty much sorted. Yeah, it's pretty much nailed on that he's going to get this overtake done. He's got bags of ERS. Colin's going to be quite vulnerable. Let's see how he does.
He's going to want that ERS on now, which he does. As there's a bit of wing on track there actually, so something happened. Paranoid's in the pits. Ooh. Is that for a wing? I'm going to right on board him if you want to stay on with that battle.
Yeah, my apologies. Mechanical.
Kane Lowry's gone!
Kane Lowry didn't actually see that, but I jumped back on with Kane Lowry. Mechanical, and Kane Lowry was just nowhere.
I think he lost it in the pit entrance. I think he was coming into the pits. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's through. No, he's
not. Did he have an issue?
Verstappen.
Oh,
he's another Verstappen. Kane Lowry. That's heartbreaking. At this stage in championship, you know your rivals up in P3 and your other rivals in P9. That's really not what you want. Oh, you got to feel for him. Feel for him.
Obviously, something happened between Colin and Kane Lowry there. I'm not 100% sure what happened. I'm on board with the jump on, and Kane Lowry's car is gone. So, yeah, as I said at the start, this race could have been huge for the championship, and the championship leader is now out.
Paranoid was the big winner from that, because he pitted just before that safety car came out. Let's see how far. He's 19 seconds behind Carl Trim. So I think he might, if these guys pit now, I think, Mechanical gets a drive through.
Oh, that's not good at all.
That
is not good for Mechanical. That is another guy. This is really, really playing into the hands of Reggie here, who is going to go to the end on them hards, and he has, to be fair to him, he has done well on them hards, which won't be feeling too well. Paranoid down in P9, although he will be quick on the mediums, but this is throwing a spanner in the works in terms of the Drivers' Championship for sure.
Definitely. Paranoid's going to be in lead if he can finish well here today. So if you're just joining us, guys, it's been drama from start to finish so far in Baku. We've had a number of safety cars. We've had 5 people drop out at race. We've had a number of wings scattered around, and the most recent casualty was Kane Lowry, who seems to have just completely done a Max Verstappen and gone into the wall at the side of a pit lane on the opposite side of the track.
I think Clay is saying that something happened with Colin, but obviously we didn't catch it as everybody's into the pits now.
Yeah, he got a drive through, but I'm not sure why. Maybe he was speeding under safety car, possibly.
I think this is a mistake for Masso Basso to stay over 14 lap old mediums, if I'm honest.
And he hasn't pitted yet, I don't think, has he?
No, he hasn't. Is he hoping for another safety car and going to the softs?
Possibly, but even then the field's going to be bunched up.
I mean, he could have went on for softs there. Like, I mean, what do we have left? 11 laps, maybe 3 under the safety car, 8 laps, maybe another VSC. I think he missed the trick there also, I think.
And Paranoid up to P3. So all he's got to do really is finish, and he's going to be in lead at championship if he can stay here.
Yeah, Reggie dumps off them hards as well, so that's a good call from him. Teabag Teabag is doing what I said. He's gone on to the softs. Mechanical, if we don't have another safety car, he's out of this race with that drive through.
Take a quick look through some of these comments. Getting a lot of feedback, actually. Getting a lot of feedback on the stream. Just drama, innit? It's just been drama. You got a feel for Kane Lowry. Yeah. Kane Lowry dived through with Colin.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to find out what happened, but like on the pit straight or the back slash pit straight, you're not expecting a collision there, really, are you? Especially when it happened, it was in and around the start finish line. So I'm really not sure what happened there.
It's what it comes down to, innit? At this stage in championship, all it comes down to is one bad result, and I think Kane Lowry might have just got that bad result, which is a shame because he's driven brilliantly all season to be in P1. Has he got? I don't think he's got a race win this season, has he, Kane Lowry?
Kane Lowry, does he have a race win? I think he does. I'm not sure.
It'd be impressive if he didn't, because it takes a lot to be in lead of a championship without a race win, but surely he's had to have had at least one. And he's definitely not going to get one today anyway. Safety car stays out for another lap.
No, unfortunately not.
You just couldn't call it. This is why we didn't do predictions at start at race, because we know this is what happens.
Kane Lowry took a race win at France, so he has a race win this season.
Yeah,
just looking through this, he's just been extremely, he's just been extremely competitive.
Yeah,
he's in around the top 5 all the time. Chipping in with a race win as well.
He's coming to his own this season. Last season he struggled a little bit, and he got caught up in a couple of incidents. Some are his fault, some is not his fault, but he seems to just got it put together this season. It's probably his best chance to win a championship so far. So I hope that he has a couple of good races. Keep championship alive, but he's lost out big time today, and your heart's got to go out to him.
Yeah.
You know better than anyone what it feels like.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
Right on with Bosso behind safety car. Currently the fastest car on track, that safety car. It's done most laps as well.
Oh, there's a bit of they're going up the pit straight. Not exactly sure what happened. He tagged the back of mechanical and hit the pit wall.
Yeah. We're going to have to, if it gets reported, look, we're just going to have to look at it and, see what we can do, but not ideal at all. Mechanical's lost out as well as a result. He's going to have to drive through pit lane again, so he's going to be out at top 10. So, Paranoid, he's just been given a gift here.
Yeah, for sure. You'd expect, Reggie and I think Teabag is going to be quite pacey here for the first few laps. And if Oscar can hold them up on them 15-lap old mediums, who knows what will happen. Hopefully this is the last safety car.
I'd imagine so, but yeah, we're running out of cars to crash. We've lost 5 cars, or 6 cars rather, so far. We're over halfway through now. 10 laps left. Just finish. Don't do anything stupid. Carl Trim getting a good run on Osso Bosso. He's in slipstream. He's going for an overtake. Is he going to get it done? I don't know if he's got the momentum, but he's going to try. Going to outbrake him going into turn 1. It's going to be tight.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't quite get it done. Didn't quite get it done. I think he just got caught on curb. Paranoid.
Paranoid hits the back of Osso.
Right on board with Paranoid. He could get the move done here if he gets a good run, but it looks like Osso actually got a really good drive coming out of that corner, and Carl Trim's back past. So the top 3 are shuffling around a little bit, and Carl Trim knows he's got pace now. He's on 1 lap old mediums.
Oh, as he tags the back of Carl. Oh, that's Paranoid with wing damage. Yeah. Paranoid has wing damage, so that's going to change things up. Another spin in the championship. Addy gets massive understeer. He's going to have to pit again, and Mechanical is all over the back of him now, and so is Reggie. And T-Bad looking really pacey on the softs.
If Mechanical...
Can these guys just get through without... Oh, there's wings everywhere! Absolute carnage again.
Yeah, we're riding on board with Mechanical and just saw a wing fly past from Paranoid, so they're both going to have to pit. They're both going to have to pit.
Yeah, Teabag needs to just keep it steady. He's really, really getting close to the back of Reggie.
Yeah, he's going to be a big winner
As
through
he
all
makes
this.
it through now. Is that wing damage for Colin?
No, it was wing damage for Paranoid, who went into the back of Colin. But Colin's going to have to pit for that drive through.
Yeah.
But he's got a very big lead to Paranoid now, so he could make up a little bit of time. A little bit of ground in the Drivers' Championship.
Yeah. If I'm Mechanical, I'm taking that drive through right now because as we have a couple of Red Bulls, that is jam pod in the wall.
That's twice.
And on Ethical Coast as well in the wall. Don't think they didn't come together, but they both have no wings now, so.
Yeah.
And jam pod is going to further be held up there by the stack.
Monkeys to Nuts doing an overtake on Paranoid, and pretty much a gimme considering he's got no wing. Paranoid pits, Mechanical pits, so it's going to be, I think, a little bit of a race between those two for championship right now.
Yeah, I honestly think Teabag's in a smashing position here. Dylan back up to P4, Reggie hanging in there P3, has done absolutely nothing out of the way, has stayed out of trouble, and he's going to take Osso fairly quickly here. Them mediums are going to feel pretty nasty. Yeah. And he's going to want to get this done fairly fast if he wants to have a cut off of Carroll. We're running out of laps now as well, we have to remember that as well.
He's got bags of grip compared to Osso Bosso, he's just got so much more grip going through corners and he's right up his ass. He's not going to go up inside, surely not here. No, he lost a bit of time there.
Did you just say up his ass on stream?
Yeah, I did, but it's not worse than what's been said.
It happens, you're allowed one mistake, it's fine.
Even robots fail sometimes. But we're riding on board with Reggie again. He's about to go up inside of Osso Bosso, going through his section.
It's a great place to put it. I think Osso pulled out of that, to be honest with you, knowing.
Yeah, he went over that curb and that could have upset his car a lot. But
that's also sideways! Oh, Dylan's lost another wing over that!
No.
Oh, Osso broke himself.
And Gameful goes into the back of Blue New Soul. We've got a virtual safety car. Gameful loses a bit of wing. I always catch these incidents after they've happened.
I was on board with that. Apologies. Into that heavy braking zone down the hill. Also got on the brakes slightly late. Worn tyres. He was going to hit the back of whoever he was behind. Was it Reggie? Reggie, yeah. He was going to hit the back of Reggie, just dipped to the left to try and get out of the way and just caught Reggie. It didn't affect Reggie, but unfortunately it spanned him and he has wing damage and he is going to have to pit.
And Teabag's into pits as well, so. Ooh.
Teabag must have picked up damage here. Surely. Teabag has no wing.
Yeah, he went into pits. Blue New Soul up into P3. Reggie's going to be happy. So, well, he's not going to be happy actually. I thought it were a full safety car. So virtual. It's neutralised race.
Blue New Soul is he's looking at his first podium here on CDR. Hopefully he's not listening to the stream, so no panic, lad.
And he's up 12 places. So he will quite far down. I think he was last or second last at one point.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a virtual safety car, but you look at the guys that are now on the soft, Dylan, Teabag, Gameful, Paranoid, also, they are going to be absolutely rampant for the last 6 laps.
It's going to be a close one. Monkeys to Nuts.
Monkey Nuts, yeah.
So pretty much curtains for his race.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So we had who started on P1. We had Dylan. We had Paranoid up in the top 2.
Clay asks, is Draft S driving for Blue? I don't think so. But we have Dimster who has lost it through, I think, the castle section. Yeah. So he needs a wing as we're back racing again. And the cars behind now are going to be caught up in that. Again, all the guys with the softs are going to be caught behind Dimster, who has no wing. And he's going to have to try and navigate that left-right onto the back straight. As he's in the wall!
That's going to be a safety car.
As he is...
That's going to be a safety car.
I'm doing a lot of shouting here.
No, it's alright, it's alright. It means I'm not
my wife is giving out to me.
Be as graphic as you can. Be as graphic as you can.
Jesus Christ.
You know, pretend that you're commentating to a deaf person. Or a blind person, rather.
That's a virtual safety car again. I'll tell you one thing, I'd hate to be on track clean up after all of this.
We've got the essence of Murray Walker in the
Oh
commentary box.
no, Monkey's serving his drive through on the virtual safety car.
Did it let him or did it pit him?
I think it pitted him.
Oh, Monkey.
No, it didn't.
No,
It didn't. He
Right,
went through and he didn't serve. So he is going to have to go through again once the VSC has gone in.
Oh.
As Saki took Blue New Soul as well for P3. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the fight that we stay on board with for, majority at end at race. If Blue New Soul can stick with him, that's really...
I'm lost for words, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I think we're going to be busy tomorrow night.
Yeah. 4F2 as well, wow. That's going to be a workload. I've got no coffee. We'll roll with punches. Yeah, I think the fight for P3 is going to be the main fight happening on track. There's going to be little battles everywhere.
Closed. Oh no, and he's in P5 as well.
It's all happening. Mechanical back up to P5. So, as it transpires, with 6 laps left, Mechanical's a big winner in the championship. Who could have called it?
Reggie as well. There's only a couple of points between Reggie and Mechanical, so I think Reggie would further extend that gap.
Yeah, that's a good point. How many points is between? How many points covers the top 4? I know Kane Lowry ain't going to be scoring any.
Yeah, I am not overly sure, Josh. I know Kane Lowry had 8 points on Paranoid, who is currently down at P11, so if he stays in around there, it's kind of damage limitations for Kane Lowry, but obviously Reggie's going to score big time here. Mechanical is going to take P5 now with unethical toe serving his drive through. So, yeah, I think the big winners here could be Reggie and Mechanical, as Jam Pod is in P6 now as well, looking good as well.
Dylan made a move on Monkeys to nuts to move up to P7. Monkeys still got that drive through to serve, sadly for him. He's going to set off behind Jampot now, and he's on much fresher tyres. Jampot's on the hards and Dylan's on the soft tyres. He's done 1 lap on him, so he should have bags of pace. So he could still scrape a respectable result. This has been one of them races.
Unfortunately for Paranoid, he's come out unethical toasters his drive through and comes out just ahead of Paranoid, and he's not exactly slow, so could be a bit of a battle here. Now he does have the tyre advantage, so let's see as Blue is dropping.
Riding on board with Dylan, he just ploughed into the back of Jampot, half spun himself, so he's lost out a little bit there. Has he got wing damage? No, he seems to have got away. He seems to have got away with it. You know you've got more pace. Just bide your time and get past him when you can. You're not going to go for an overtake into the castle section.
Yeah. I actually think that Monkey served that drive through. It's just reading that he has 3 seconds of penalty, so I think he actually served that.
We had a yellow flag momentarily in sector 3, I believe. I'm not quite sure who that'll for. It may be for Teabag, possibly. I'm not sure. We'll ride on board with Dylan again and see how much he gains on Jampot. He needs to get this move done pretty quick though, so that his tyres don't die.
Yeah.
This should be fairly fresh for rest at race, unless he massively screws them up somehow. I don't think it's possible. And we've got some cars quite close together right at the back. We've got Paranoid really close to Teabag. He's not going to go for a move, surely not. No, he sort of feigned to the inside, but it didn't materialise. And behind Paranoid, the field's pretty spread out, so I don't think we're going to see many changes there. Dylan's right up with Jampot again, and he's going for a move, going into the braking point for the second DRS zone, and he gets it done. Oh, he squeezes Jampot a bit on the exit. He gets it done,
but there's contact again. Yeah. It's very, very hard to get 2 cars through there, side by side.
Yeah, he's not had cleanest of races, has he, Dylan, today? He did everything right coming into the race, and he's just sort of, it fell in front top for him. Not ideal. It looks like, and I don't want to jinx it, this might, be the order.
Don't jinx it.
This might be the order we're finishing in. Give or take a couple of positions in the midfield, or what has become the midfield, which is more like 7th, 8th and 9th. Jampot getting chased by Monkeys to nuts as well. He's going to have to get past him and build a gap fairly quickly if he wants to hold on to P7, if he gets the overtake done.
Yeah.
He's within DRS range, and he's the only car that looks to be getting DRS this lap, so he's going to be wanting to get this move done fairly quickly.
Oh, we're going to have to start talking about driver today soon.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Let's have a look who's made up the most positions for a start. That's usually first port of call, but
I think Stacky has done quite well.
I think
He went
Carl's
on the
done really
hards.
well. I think Carl's
Carl has done well, yeah.
Saki's made up a lot of positions, but so is Blue New Soul. But I think Carl's has just kept his nose clean. I don't think he's been involved in anything, and he's found himself up in lead. Like you said, he boxed smart, which is what you said you should be doing round here.
Yeah.
But it's between him and Saki for me. Reggie's doing well. He's up in P2, but I think based on the progress made in a race that's been pretty abnormal, definitely I think conversations between Saki and Carl Trim.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be Saki's first podium here as well, and he's made up 11 positions. Went on the hards early, made it work, stayed out of trouble. He's only had 2 stops, which were for tyres. I think Saki just shades it for me.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, especially with it being his first podium as well. It's not like he knows what to expect. He's crafted.
Yeah, and again, Saki is one of these guys who has had a lot of misfortune or bad luck in races.
It's it's a tall order to make up 11 places around this place, even when you have got safety cars and cars crashing out. It just shows that you've kept your nose clean and just behaved yourself, which is what you want.
Oh, Saki hit the wall! Does he have wing damage?
Joking me.
He hit the wall roughly where I hit it the other night. I'm not sure if he has wing damage. I can't see, but he hit the wall through that left-right before the back straight.
I think he might have end plate damage, just waiting for a close-up TV shot.
I was just waiting to see how he takes turn 1. Oh, he has wing damage! This is going to play into Blue New Soul's hands as he is now closing on him with 3 laps of racing left.
Right on board.
Jesus Christ, can this get any more exciting or extravagant, strange, weird? I'm not sure. This is going to play into Mechanical's hands as well. He's 12, he's 13 seconds back. Is there enough laps to gain that? And I was thinking Blue New Soul as well, but himself and Saki both making 11 positions. Neither have had a podium yet, and Saki really struggling now with that wing damage.
We're going to ride on board with Blue New Soul, and we're going to watch this gap shrink. This is going to be very intense. He's got 2 laps to keep him behind now, and
Blue needs to box clever. He needs to box clever here. He can take him on the pit straight. He has no ERS left. That's the only thing. As Saki really struggling now, and the castle is going to be even more of a struggle.
Oh, he's going to.
The commentator's curse.
This could change that driver of the day, chat, because
well, that's what I'm saying. It was between the two of them. For me, it's just the fact that Saki was in that podium position.
Yeah.
The thing is, Blue does seem to be having a bit of trouble here. Can he hold it together? Don't outbreak yourself here anyway. Nice and calm as Saki goes a bit deep. This is going to be tough. If he gets the run on him here, he needs to start recharging his DRS. Apologies, we're not looking at anybody else, but this is the battle for the podium.
Yeah, sorry guys. I mean, there's a couple of battles going across. I mean, we'll have a look at Paranoid real quick because he's really close to Jam.
Oh, Blue nearly hits him, but he takes him. Oh, lad.
There's moves going up with Paranoid getting past Jampot, and now he's in Slipstream of Monkeys to nuts as well. He'll have DRS on him.
The thing is, Mechanical is going to be having a look at this really quickly. As Stacky's actually come into the pits.
Ooh, it's just... Oh, commentator's curse.
That's so unfortunate for Saki. Pluto needs to keep his head in the game because he has Mechanical behind him who is no slouch. Just under 8 seconds, so he has 2 laps to keep that 8-second gap to take his first podium in CDR, and he's now up 12 positions.
Moves happening all over the place. Yeah, Blue New Soul's just inserted himself into that conversation. So great job from him. And
you've absolutely no idea how Paranoid is making all these places up on a track that you can't overtake on.
Yeah.
As an unethical toast leads the Jampot through. He looks to have wing damage, so there could have been something there. I'm not 100% sure.
Jampot's wing seems to be fine. Ethical toast, just waiting for a front camera shot. His wing seems to be fine.
Blue New Soul doing a stellar job here. He's keeping it nice and calm, not doing anything crazy, and he's keeping Colin 8 seconds back. He has a lap and a bit to take his first ever podium here, and I can absolutely assure you from the Ferrari group chat, he is going to be absolutely ecstatic with that. So let's just hope it's not a double case of commentator's curse here. As
Every
he,
time he comes near a wall, I'm sort of bracing myself, ready for impact. But he
he's the
seems to
box
be.
clever here now, just taking nice and handy. He only has one lap. He's actually increased his gap now to mechanical as well. Recharge your ERS just in case you need it for any late charge from mechanical. Nothing crazy. 8 seconds, one lap. Keep it out of the wall, nice and clean.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't need to push. You've got 8 seconds back. You've got a lap standing between you and your first podium. And looking at how spread out everyone is now, really the only people that could make a move is Unethical Toast that's about to take a move on Jampot, and Teabag who's gaining on Monkeys to Nuts. Ethical Toast goes past. Teabag's going to be a bit too far back to make a move on this home straight, but he did look down the inside, didn't quite have the momentum, and he keeps it just in the track limits. He's going to get another chance. So, he nearly hits the back of Monkeys to Nuts and hits the barrier himself. That'll probably last opportunity. He's going to get to make a place up in this race. So, it's a shame for him. Let's ride back on with Blue New Soul.
As Dylan hits the wall, and that he is going to concede P5 to Paranoid, I would think.
Yeah, it's the end of a pretty torrid race for Dylan. Not his finest, but you regroup and you come back. He loses place to Paranoid. So
as he just completely moves out of the way there for Paranoid, which he probably should have done a bit earlier in the last time he had wing damage as well, but he didn't, as Paranoid catches that curve just before the catcher section.
Let's ride on with Carl Trim coming round final few corners and onto it straight. He's going to take this race win. He just made most of the race. He didn't get caught up in drama. He just rolled the punches and he just boxed clever, and he's made it his own today. And Carl Trim comes across the line to take the Grand Prix victory, so congratulations to him. We've got Reggie Starr following him up in P2, and we've got a pretty incredible P3 finish coming up for Blue New Soul, who's made up 12 positions, and to me, he's pretty safely driver at day.
Yeah, I agree. It was between himself and Saki. Unfortunately, Saki getting that bit of damage, but Blue New Soul is going to be delighted with that.
We're going to have Jampot looking at Ethical Toast on line as well. He's gaining on him. Oh, and Ethical Toast lets him pass, and Jampot takes P6. What a race. 10 finishes.
Yeah, it's you know what, I kind of feel bad on Reggie. Reggie did absolutely super there. As did Carl. Avoided the early problems, stayed out of the way, no penalties, 2 stops, didn't lose any wing as far as I know. It's unfortunate. They'll feel probably a bit hard done by that they weren't that they're not driver today, but just for me, making 12 positions up, Blue New Soul, and you have to remember he is technically a pot 4 driver, so he's going to be absolutely static with that podium.
Yeah, just that. Where do we begin to sum that up? I don't think he can. I think the stream will do the talking on that one. What an incredible race. A dramatic race. An exciting race. And the top 3 just, it couldn't be predicted. And that's all she wrote. So we'll run through the final finishing positions here for you. We've got Carl Trim taking P1, Reggie Starr taking P3, Blue New Soul taking P4. We've got Blue New Soul taking P3 rather. Mechanical in P4, Paranoid in P5. We've got Jampot P6, Unethical Toast in P7, Teabag in P8, Gameful Odds in P9, and Osso Bosso in P10. And that's all that finished by looks of stuff. Our Monkeys to Nuts in P11. Yeah, we've got a couple of cars lapped down, but it didn't look like they came up on the final standings. But that's it, lads, girls and guys. Thanks for joining us. We hope we've entertained you as much as that race entertained us, and we hope that you join us again next week for Spain, I believe. And do you want to say anything, Dan, before we go?
No, mine wore out. I'm feeling under the weather at the moment anyway, and my voice was a bit husky at the start, but no, it's really husky, so I'm going to have to get something to sort that out. And it was enjoyable. A couple of safety cars, some what would you call optimistic overtakes, which I'm sure we're going to see a lot of in incidents after. But I think by and large, a lot of these safety cars were caused by guys having that little bit of lapse or the odd mistake. It is what it is. Ultimately, it was a a good race, enjoyable race.
Yeah, yeah, you summed it up perfectly. We've been the
Yeah,
commentators, you've been the spectators. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. See you later, guys.